Okay, learned something super cool today about Vim. What a beast. So awesome. So awesome. Um, so, Skeleton has released, they're about to release its 1.0, and um, I've been using its toast settings. Well, toast settings type used to have a property called preset, and I wanted to change it to background. There are a couple of ways to do this. So I know with Lunar Vim, and I believe it's Telescope that behind the scenes is doing the search. But if I do a grep search through all of my files, say background, and I'm looking for background, um, something like this, where it's got, if I look just through, there's a couple of things in there, but for the most part, it picks up what I want. If I do the, so yeah, you can kind of see like where it picks up. Okay. Now, my live grep shows 20 possible results. If I hit from this list, if I hit Ctrl-q, this adds them into Vim's QuickFix list. Okay. And in the past, I didn't know this, but in the past, like you kind of one by one, I go in here and, I go through each one, I click on that, and I can make my change, go back through the list, make my change. Very slow. Obviously, there's a better way. I was looking into, let me show you first the quick fix way. So let's say that I have this list and I go back up to the top. And here I am, again, I've searched and I've added to my quick fix list. And I believe if I do CN, I think that's goes next. Again, CN, it's like my quick fix list to the next. I wonder if I do CP. Yeah, go to the previous. Now, let's do CP again. I'm back at the top. Let's say that I want to change background back to preset. Okay, it's not quite what I want to do, but it just as an example. I can then do what they have is a C do. So it's how do they refer to this? How do they refer to this? Do for every change function. So to replace do for every change. So we could essentially, yeah. Anyway, so basically for like every item or result that's in this quick fix list, I can do cdo space, and then what do I want to do? Well, I want to search for the string background, and I want to change it to preset, and G will find it global, so it's all occurrences, like even on the same line. Sometimes you have like the same word on not just the first occurrence, but all occurrences on the same line. And then I could do C to confirm. If I hit enter, then I'm getting this, replace with this, yes or no confirmation. I can say, sure, let's do yes, yes, yes. I'm going backwards, obviously, with all this stuff, but I learned something kind of cool and wanted to share. So let's go through all these, and I'm messing it up, and I'm going back to all of my original stuff. So I save my changes, and boom, I now have some issues, right? Because the types, I've updated the package, and the type doesn't align with the toast settings anymore. So I want to make this change again. So again, if I wanted to, I could do search for like a grep search, and I do preset, find what I want, maybe add that or whatever, but basically preset and Command Q, and that adds it to the quick fix, and we go do the C do command. Yeah, that's one way. And I will close this down. Another way is to use what they have as an ArgList. So ArgList is a little bit more robust from my understanding. It seems like you can do a bit more. And so what you could do is, let's say I'm not really, maybe for some reason I have to, I don't quite know when. In this case, the grep search is plenty for me, but I'd like to experiment with the ArgList. So args, if I do ARG, I think just args, hit enter, it will pop up like what files are currently in your args list, or maybe it's arg. Yeah, nothing. That said, if I wanted to, I could add files, such as I could do arg, which is my arg list, and if I want to add files, I could pick a directory and even subdirectories. So if I do source and say I want to find all svelte files that are in my project, well, I could do the double asterisk for the immediate subfolder, and then asterisk again, like a subdirectory, asterisk dot svelte. And so this will basically search and pull all svelte files in my source directory or below in that tree and add it to my arg list. So if I hit enter, it will pop up and like it shows like escrow. I've got all these like sub routes and nested things. But if I do arg, hit enter, you can now see that I've got source lib components, UI notifications svelte. It does all the nesting, routes, ledger, PDA, page, svelte. It has all these svelte files. Okay, in my arg list. Now I can do something similar where I then perform a kind of an argdo command in my arg list. So I have all these files right here. I can hit enter. I'm going to just kind of clear this up, but here they are. If I do argdo, just like the QuickFix, the C do, and then let's say I want to, this time, this is going to be applied to each of these files as it goes through them, whereas the QuickFix list, I already had the items there. I feel like it's a little bit different, so I need to do use the percent sign, which is kind of the general percent %s, is kind of your general search and replace all lines in a buffer kind of pattern. And so what I could do then is I want to find and replace, search and replace. So what do I want to search for? I want to search for preset. And what do I want to replace it with? I want to replace it with background. And I want to do the G for global. And let's see, and I think there's like an E option, I guess, for displaying the errors, like, or no error if the pattern is not found, basically. And I can do a C, which is to like confirm the changes. And then I can use the separator between commands. So like say that goes through, I'm going to confirm all that, and then rather than me doing the :W to write of the changes, you can actually run the update command and it will do this. So let's see, if I hit enter, buddy, replace with background. So it kind of ran that command across all my files and it's asking me, replace with background? Sure. And I'm doing it the same way. And because I put the confirm, then that obviously kind of made made the changes. So yeah, this is something else, but basically if I now do search, like a grep search for preset, yeah, not there. But if I do background, they're all there. Yeah, super cool. I've always wanted to learn how to do that, so I thought that was kind of cool, using Vim and this kind of grep combined with Vim's built-in ArgList or QuickFix List. You can do the argdo, which will run that command across all of the files in your ArgList. Or if you throw them into a QuickFix list, you can do the cdo command, which is essentially does the same thing. I think in my case, the QuickFix list was sufficient and enough, but it was kind of nice to hear about the update. Being able to kind of separate between commands and then run update at the end, and it just does it for you. So yeah, I thought that was super cool. I love Vim, and that's stuff I need to use it more often and really train this in. But thought I'd share a really awesome use case of using Vim's argdo or ArgList and QuickFix List. So yeah, good times.